That Matt Money here, and today we're going to be talking about day trading. So a super exciting thing. We're all trapped at home. Everybody's been thinking about learning about it. I've thought about learning about it for quite some time. So now I'm going to go ahead and share to you how I'm starting to learn about it, what my process has been so far, what tools I'm going to kind of be using, and I'm going to try and make a series just following truly how my day trading experience has been. And I'm not going to sell you any snake oil. I'll be honest about it. I did my first live day today, so I'll post that, and it was negative. So trying to learn here, wanting to figure out what are good indicators. I want to figure out what are the good things to learn, candlesticks, everything like that. So I'll show you about 2 weeks ago I got started, and I want to show you how I got started with that. But first, I just want to dive into a couple things. What is day trading? That's a pretty important question to ask. So day trading is buying and selling a stock or options within the day, the course of the trading day. Now, what's the difference between that and normal trading? So investing is when you're thinking about actually, holding the stock for years and years to come. Swing trading is when you have this stock for, a day, a week, and you can also use patterns for both these things. But mainly for day trading, short-term patterns are used to try and find the low, when it's going to break out, and everything like that. So I hope you guys enjoy the content. If you do, think about liking and subscribing, because I'm going to keep monitoring my process of trying to learn how to day trade. And don't get me wrong here, guys, the goal for me is not really to make money. I would love for these first 6 months if I broke even. Right now we're kind of just paying the cost to learn the trade, and I think it'd be something really, really cool to just sit down from 8 to 10 every day and just be like, oh, trade here, trade there. So let's go ahead and dive into a few resources. I know what you're thinking. I don't even know where the heck to start with this whole entire day trading thing. How do I start learning? So I'm going to go ahead and show you somebody who I thought was really, really useful on the old laptop here about learning candlesticks. So the first thing that I did was I learned some candlesticks, and they go through every single type of trend of candlesticks. And what I did with that is I made flashcards, a whole buttload of flashcards to try and learn what every single candlestick meant. Now, it's not important to learn the names like a butterfly or a gravestone or bullish engulfing and all of that stuff. I feel like the names are not super important, but it is important to know, oh, this kind of can indicate there's going to be a reversal after this downtrend. There's going to be a downtrend after this uptrend. This is going to be a continuation of this negative trend. So I do think candlesticks are one of the first great spots to start. Now, I started learning about this stuff about 2 weeks ago. I just go through these once a night and I try and, get them through my brain. And now I know these, which are great, and I know the names of it, but it's also very, very important to understand what they mean. So let me show you where I got all of the information from on my laptop here. Alright guys, so this is where I started. So this is the Ultimate Beginner's Guide to Candlestick Patterns. This was made by Fractal Flow Pro Trading Strategies. I have no affiliation with this guy, but I am thankful because I felt like I learned a lot from his video. And I feel like the snake oil is minimal. So he goes through every single kind of candlestick, or at least the most important ones, and what reasons they're either bearish or bullish, which I find very, very good. Now, it's an hour long. It took me about 3 days to get through it. Why did it take 3 days? Because I would take a flashcard, I would throw, let's say, this hammer. I would throw that on the front at the bottom of a bearish set of candlesticks. And then on the back, I would write, this is a hammer, this is a simple bullish reversal, and this indicates that buyers are increasing the pressure. This is better than a reverse hammer. So I would write things like that, and I would try to truly understand every single thing. But this is a great place to start, the Ultimate Beginner's Guide to Candlestick Patterns, and this guy did a very, very good job, I would say. Okay, so that is how I started my journey, and that's how I guess I would recommend you start your journey. So here's what I was talking about when I said, yep, I wrote down whatever he would say, whatever trend it's going, and then I would say, oh, look at this. This is a bullish three-line strike. And then you'd say, this is why it's a bullish three-line strike. And I feel like that gave me a good foundation just to understand, like, oh, I think something bearish is going to happen. Oh, I think something bullish is going to happen. So that is my first step that I would recommend, or at least that I'm doing. Now, again, I'm not a pro or anything. I'm just trying to learn, and I'm hoping you guys can learn with me. But that's what I'm trying to start doing. So the next steps, and these are things I've done because I've been looking into this for about 2 weeks, is learning about supports and resistances. This is very, very important to see where the trend is going and to see if it's going to break through the trend or whatnot. So another important one, and I'm going to try and make videos and a series on this just through my learning experiences. So resistances and support, and so much information out on like YouTube for free. I wouldn't pay anybody for this information, guys, because there's just so much of it out there. Simple indicators. So the indicators that I found that I like, and again, I'll probably make some later content on this, are the RSI, the MACD, simple moving average, and the stochastic, I probably said that wrong, indicator. So those are the ones that I like, but I wouldn't get too complicated and fancy with like 6 or 7 indicators. It just can be a lot. I mean, the few I have seems like it can be a lot in itself. So I wouldn't get too complicated with all of the indicators, but finding simple indicators and then practicing. So for me, I was using Yahoo Finance because they had a decent chart and you can pull it up on any computer and you can add in all these indicators and you can use it. Like if you're at work and you have some downtime and the market's open, you can just go ahead and just watch it and you can place some lines and you can see where you don't have to download anything. So I've been just using that resource just to kind of watch, and I'm definitely paper trading for a while. I did my first day of live trading with very, very small dollar amounts, and I'm just paper trading for a while. And the goal here again is not to make tons of money. I just want to like break even for 6 months and try and learn how this process works. So I'm very, very excited to learn about all these things. I hope you are too. I'm going to go ahead and try and make like a free series about what I'm learning over the course of trying to learn how to day trade. So if you want to, take part in that, think about subscribing. If not, that's cool too. And hopefully we all learn how to make some money. So thanks, guys.